Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jimmy James, back from my travels to Poland, to the beautiful city of Krakow. Well, today I was hoping to do the live stream of Wisla Krakow playing in the final sparring, friendly match, whatever you want to call it, against Stal Mielec. It's not to be. There is no live stream. The club put a statement out a couple of days ago saying the game wasn't going to be streamed. Obviously, being on my travels, I didn't pick up on that. So all I can do is apologise and say there is no live stream. However, the game's also being played in 3 45-minute segments. It's a sparring match. They can pretty much do whatever they want to do. After the first 45 minutes, the score was 0-0. The starting lineup for the first 45 minutes, interesting. This is probably who we're going to line up against Wisla Krakow, which is next week. Our next phase of the season begins in a few days' time. Looking forward to that. So the starting 11 was Lekiewicz in goal, Krzyzanowski, Colley, Biedrzycki and Geiger. That was your back four. Central midfield pairing of Igbekim and Carbo. No shocks there. Duarte on the left, Kaziemka on the right, and Redado playing up front as captain, and Ertehala playing in behind him. So I know Adrian, who, a viewer of the channel, we went and met him in Poland. What a nice lad, Adrian. Thank you for taking the time to come and visit myself and Frankie, have a couple of beers. More about that in a second. But yeah, so that was the starting 11 for the first 45-minute period. The reserves or substitutes for today were Chichkan and Broder. I'm assuming they're going to get 45 minutes each. Ziako Kutwa. Next to Alan Uriger. I'm assuming he's going to get his first 45 minutes after his injury. He's on the comeback trail, which is good news. Club captain, big part of the team. He's going to cause a big headache for Mariusz Jopp. Who does Uriger get back into this team? Biedrzycki playing well. Kutwa playing well. Grujic playing well. Joseph Colley done nothing wrong. So he's got his work cut out, Uriger, to get back in this team. But I'm pretty sure he will work his socks off and he will get back into the starting 11. Let's hope his comeback today goes well with no negative repercussions. Also on the substitutes bench, Lelieveld, Kavala, Omic is on the bench. We've not seen Omic pretty much all of the mid-season break to Turkey. We didn't really see him. Banyoski's on the bench. Jordi Sanchez, our new striker till the end of the season at least. He's on the bench, as is Ardit Nikaj. Had a chance. He had a full 45 minutes. Didn't do anything wrong, but didn't shine. And he had a couple of opportunities to do so. So is that an opportunity missed? Time will tell. And finally, the other substitute was, we'll struggle to say his name, but I'll give it a go. Svicha. I'll give that that's the best I can do. Hopefully that is right. Okay, in live chat, Frankie James is in live chat. She says, hi, Jimmy. A geezer. A geezer's in live chat. He says, welcome back, you two. Thank you ever so much, a geezer. I wish you could have come with us, mate. You would have loved to have met Adrian. What a nice young man. Really, really polite and well-spoken. Fantastic English. Let's put it this way. His English is 100% better than my Polish, although I do try. Hope you're keeping nice and warm, geezer. There's a cold snap hitting Poland as well, so if you're out there, be warned. There's been 36 fatalities so far from hypothermia. There's another cold weather bomb coming. But geezer, how obviously you've survived the cold weather snap. Hopefully you're thriving. Later on today, just why I mention it, we've got 4 p.m. UK time football special. All the goals from around the UK and Europe as they go in will be in front of Sky TV. I will do my best. And the other thing we will have playing is the ski jumping, a summary from Zakopane in Poland a couple of weeks ago. So if ski jumping's your thing, tune in, expand. You'll have a good view of that. A geezer is saying it's -1 here now. That's in Connecticut in the USA. That's not too bad, is it, mate? That's not too bad. I know when we landed yesterday evening back in the UK, it was miserable. It was raining, but the temperature was definitely higher than it was in Krakow, that's for sure. Although a few vodkas soon warms you up from the inside, doesn't it? So, like I said, I did meet Adrian. We met him in the beer holler after he finished work. We'd had a few sherbets, but I had been to the dentist that day, and I had to have a medical extraction of a back tooth. I don't know if it's a wisdom tooth or whatever, but it took some getting out. But that's gone now, so fingers crossed. There'll be no more issues with it. But my jaw was just aching, and then you get that throbbing pain, and my pain meds for me back and the anaesthetic, and I was literally struggling to talk. Hopefully, Adrian didn't think I was too rude. Frankie says I was fine. So I'll go with Frankie on that one and fingers crossed. But you know what it's like. I had one up there as well I had to have sorted. So my whole jaw and face was swelling. And I think the cool weather helped actually outside because I think it took some of the swelling down. But I was like a little gerbil. It looked like I'd been poaching food here. So goodness only knows what Adrian thought. But yeah, what a nice lad. Adrian, when you're back over when you come to the UK, I should say, make sure you come and visit. It will be mine and Frankie's pleasure to host you. Right, in live chat, Frankie James is saying, yeah, Adrian was a smashing guy. It was great to meet him. It sure was. Frankie says, -1. My teeth are chattering, mind you. It was nice to wake up this morning and not overheat in the hotel room. Yeah, that's for sure. It certainly was warm. The Hotel Polski. If you've never stayed there, I can recommend it. If you need to know details, send me an email or get in touch somehow. I can give you the details. Not overly expensive and really, really welcoming place. Nice and warm. We just open the windows, let some cool, fresh air through. Frankie says, I'm used to Jimmy telling me to put another jumper on. No point wasting money. I'm not tight. It's just that in the past, I've had the heating on and the fire going, and then someone will say, oh, it's warm, open the window. Well, turn the heating off. Not made of money. I'm never going to get to buy Wisla Krakow at this rate. It all goes on paying the heating bills. The geezer says, I love that shot. Couldn't tell who had the more drink. Frankie was silly and Jimmy was filming sideways. I don't know what went on there, mate. We had a few beers as well. Frankie says it's good when she has a hot flush. Oh, the good old menopause. We go through it together, apparently. Yeah, it was a good evening, and it did get a little bit messier after that. We did hit the Hard Rock Cafe. Frankie fell in love with two of the drag queens doing a show. And when we came out, the music was still blaring in the square, so we went for a bit of a boogie, trying not to fall on the ice. What could go wrong? Thankfully, nothing did. Frankie says we do indeed. So yeah, that's the team lineup for today and the substitutes. I'm just trying to check, actually. Excuse me. I'm just trying to check when we've got our next... When does the season kick off in earnest for Wisla? Obviously, we've got the game today, the final sparring match against Stal Mielec. But our fixture is Gikasichicha, or Chich. I can't say it right. It's on the 6th. It is on the 6th. So it's a 7:30 kickoff. So that'll be a 6:30 kickoff. Is that in the UK? I'll double check it. I've still got some of my things on Polish times. So I've got to get back into the rhythm of taking the hour off. Frankie says, we met some gorgeous drag queens. Certainly did indeed. Full of fun. And that's what it's all about. But I did hear... Oh, no live streams. I can assure you we have. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Thank you to Adam as well. Taxi driver. He's more of a friend now than a taxi driver. We did get on the flight there. We got diverted to Katowice instead of Krakow. We circled for a good half hour, 45 minutes. The pilot gave us the news. Nope, we are going to Katowice. So what can you do? You go where the plane takes you. We got off at the other end, and it was pretty much carnage going through passport control. Now you've got to have all of the biometrics done, don't you, which took some time. In fairness to Ryanair, they did put coaches on to take us to Krakow. However, it was carnage outside as well. So Frankie and I decided to get an Uber instead. And not overly expensive. However, on the way to Krakow from Katowice, we had a Ukrainian Uber driver. Hell of a nice bloke. Nothing bad to say about him. Apart from when visibility goes down to 0 because of fog, and it was fog, maybe slow down just a little bit. His idea of safety was to lean further forward towards his windscreen so he could have a little bit of a better view. Who I would describe him as a Ukrainian Max Verstappen wannabe. But ultimately, he got us there. So thank you very much to him. We didn't get into our hotel until about, I'm going to guess now because I was that tired. I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So we did go out and straight to McDonald's, got something to eat. Didn't partake in any alcohol, was far too tired. But we got the 147, you was watching the speedometer, weren't you, Frankie, in the back? I know what you were doing. 147 kilometres an hour, which is fine when you've got good visibility. Going through the fog, oh my word. It certainly gets the adrenaline pumping. But well done to him, he got us there. So the other thing I wanted to say as well, and it's not a teaser or anything like that, it's just I heard while I was in Poland I don't know how to describe it. I got told something that if it's kind of true, and it's off the record, so I can't go with the full story. And the other thing is, I don't have the full details anyway, but there's something going on at Wisla Krakow. And it's major news, and it's negative news as well. And like I said, it's not on the record; it was off the record. So I don't want to say anything. I'm going to try and find out later on today, if I can, what the full details are, and see if I can put it on the record. But it is major news, and it isn't good news either. I think it's health issues. I'm not going to say any more. Not for any other reason than I want to leave a teaser. It's just I don't want to speculate about something and it be wrong, or the details not be quite right, because things do get lost in translation. And like I said, if it had been on the record, I would have put it out there. You know, that would have been fine. But it was off the record, and I need to kind of find the full facts before I put it out there. But as soon as I do have the information, or I get the go ahead to put the information out, I will do so on here. Like I said, it isn't, I don't think it's good news. So, but we'll move on from that now. And like I said, it's not a teaser or anything like that. It's just I want to get my facts right, and I want to get the permission to put it out there from the person. Otherwise, you never get to find anything out, do you, if you don't have that integrity? No one's ever going to tell you anything. Frankie James says, yeah, it was her raising. Agiza says, sounds like you were flying too low, not driving too fast. Yeah, definitely, mate. Oh, honestly, it was fantastic. You know, when you just sit back in the end, you just put your trust in the Lord, that you'll get there in one piece. And we did, so he must have been listening to me. Frankie James is laughing. Agiza says, let's hope it's not a point deduction. You know, it's nothing. It's nothing like that, mate. It's health issues for an individual. If it was something like that, I'd speculate on it. I won't be bothered. But when it's health related and serious, I won't do that. I will try and find out. And the only reason I didn't find out properly and go through the information about what was being said, because I just didn't get the time when I was having that conversation. And so we had to kind of get to the airport, which was a little bit frustrating because I would have liked more information. But it's if it's true, it isn't good. So, but like I said, once I find out exactly what was meant and not lost in translation, and hopefully the person gives me the go ahead to go public with it, then I will do. But you've got to keep that little bit of integrity, don't you, and not speculate, especially when it's around health issues and what have you. There's much more things we can talk about with this club than rumour at the moment. So, while we were there was a meeting at a Galleria. We didn't make it. We'd had a few beers. I was just suffering a little bit with back pain. Not too bad. Didn't want it to get any worse, though. I think it's just the travelling. So I didn't want to go and stand in the line for goodness knows how long. And I think we made the right decision as well, because there was, I believe there was 7,500 fans attended the Galleria to meet the players and Jaroslav Królewski, Peter Moore. I've just sent a friend request today to Peter Moore's wife, Linda, so hopefully she gets back in touch with me. She might be in to get in an interview with Peter, maybe. He has arranged for Wisła's 120th anniversary. Wisla are going to be playing Wrexham FC from the Championship currently, so I know he has a finger in the pie there as well. So you can bet he has put the two teams together. That'll be a big deal for Wisla Krakow. It raises the profile for one. Obviously, Wisła's a massive club in Poland and around Europe. Not massive in the UK though, so hopefully this will put a spotlight on Wisla. What else is there to talk about? I did see something yesterday about Victor Staszak over in the Serie A, Lecce. Looks like he's bedding in nicely. So whether the loan deal until the end of the season is going to become a permanent thing, could be a few shekels in Wisła's pocket. Would I be gutted to see the young lad go to the Serie A with Lecce? No. From a selfish point of view, we'd like to see him at Wisla, but is he going to get that opportunity? No, I don't think he is. Not when you've got Igbekim, Carbo. I think Omic is above him in the pecking order as well. So maybe there's a deal to be done that's going to benefit the player, and obviously it'll benefit Wisla. There's been a couple of new contracts being signed. I think it was it Kavala? I think Kavala might have signed a new contract. Obviously now Krasinovsky, he has signed his contract. So I need to get back into the swing of things of what's been going on. We'll try and do that in the week. In the week, I'm going to try and do a video of what's gone on since the start of the winter break, which seems an absolute age. Well, it is, isn't it? What is it, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that? It's going to be, by the time we get our first game for the second half of the season underway, that's going to be a good 2-month break. So there's a lot been going on, so we'll cover all of that so we can hit the ground running on the 6th of February. What else is to say? Work's been crazy, crazy busy. We got off the plane yesterday and there'd been a massive silver dump in the 2 hours we were on the plane. All good for making a few shekels. Got to get this money, then we can go and buy Wisla Krakow. I think if I buy Wisla Krakow, I think we need to have a geezer as a number 2 with Adrian. We'll run it together. What could go wrong? The first thing we'll reinstate is smoking in the boardroom, so a geezer doesn't have to go outside, especially not when it's cold. But we maybe have to have long tubes coming out the window so that you can take a drag and blow it out the window. We don't want any of that second-hand smoke. Oh, right. I'm going to go and get ready now for 4 o'clock. Youngest son, he's just come back from his worldwide travels, so he's going to be landing anytime shortly. Join me at 4 o'clock this afternoon, UK time that is, for football special, all the goals from around the UK and Europe as they go in. We'll be in front of Sky TV. We've also got the ski jumping from Zakopane, a recording of. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell. If you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. If you can share the stream, share the channel, it will all help to get the subscriber count up. The more subscribers we have, the better chance I've got of going back to the Premier League and saying, that's in Poland, by the way, the extra classer. Is the platform big enough now for you to allow us to live stream the Polish matches outside of Poland? They have said they will do so, a collaboration with us once the platform is bigger. How that would work, I don't know. But until we get a bigger platform, we'll never find out whether it's a financial thing, whether it's a share of whatever. I don't know. But at the minute, it's not a thing because we need more subscribers. Right. In live chat, Frankie James, he's on the way. That's referring to younger son coming back from his travels. Agiza says, see you later. Thanks for joining me in live chat, Agiza. Good to chat to you, my friend. And Frankie says, Agiza, great to see you. Take care. Both Frankie and myself did say, Agiza, if we come over we were going to go to New York at Christmas, do some Christmas shopping. But I think we're going to go back to Krakow, mainly because I've got to go and have one of my teeth sorted at the back. I've got a filling that's coming a bit loose, so we'll probably go there. But if we do go to New York, I'm pretty sure, mate, at some point we'll come over to Connecticut and we'll annoy you. We'll go and have an ice cream in that one ice cream parlour that Connecticut has that Frankie keeps going on about. Oh dear. I don't know how big Connecticut is or what the population is, but I'm pretty sure it's more than 10. But that's Frankie's mind for you. We'll pop in for an ice cream. Right, I'm going to go and see Son. Get ready for this afternoon stream, so join me for that one. I'm Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live First. The current score is 0-0. Wisla Krakow and Stal Mielec. No stream because it's not being streamed. Frankie James says, she's just laughing at me. I'll catch you later. I am Jimmy James.